Hey, boys and girls, what's up? It's the Black Avenger, aka the Black Azrael, Lee Sanders of the RCWR Show and Impact Showdown Radio, coming at you this weekend with a special TNA in-depth look into some news that had went down leading into the weekend. Now, I know on Impact Showdown Live this past Thursday night, we didn't dip into the latest in wrestling news headlines, and that was mainly because of our special guest, SM King. And if you haven't checked out that episode, then make sure when you get a free moment after you get done checking this out to go backtrack and check out the episode. And hey, at the end of this video, you actually see a little thumbnail right down here. You can click on it and it'll actually take you directly to that episode. I wanted to do this because I thought this was just hilarious, and I definitely want to get you guys' take on this. Now, in case you missed it, this is the following, and this comes from a article, as it was an interview that TNA president Dixie Carter had did with Bang Showbiz via azcentral.com. And she discussed the importance of Hulk Hogan to the TNA company. Now, Carter, she noted that Hulk Hogan was more than just being one of the most famous wrestlers in the world, that his name rivals that of the late Michael Jackson and Elvis Presley. This is a direct quote right here. He, Hulk Hogan, is bigger than any brand, company, name. He is synonymous with wrestling and is probably one of the most recognizable faces or figures on the entire planet. Name me someone who is alive today who would be more recognizable in any corner of the world. In places like Africa and Asia, or if you were walking in Thailand, Princess Diana or Michael Jackson, Elvis Presley maybe, but they aren't even with us anymore. The Rock? Well, if you are walking in a village in Africa, would people know who The Rock was? I think his film work has been outstanding. I'm a huge fan of The Rock. I think he is phenomenal, but would that happen? That's the end of that. Now, let's just really break this down from a couple of different angles, shall we? Now, on the one hand, without a doubt, Hulk Hogan, almost up there with a Bruno Sammartino. He has done such phenomenal work in the sport of professional wrestling. No one is going to deny that about Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan, synonymous with Vince McMahon Jr. and Sr. He really paved the way for the WWE. He is part of the reason why we have wrestling pay-per-views today. Hulk Hogan has sold out arenas all across the world. Definitely a very big draw. What he did in WCW after he left the WWE, going heel for the first time, giving us the NWO, definitely had took WCW to new heights in the Monday Night Wars for those couple of years there. No doubt about that. But you look at everything that Hulk Hogan has done since WCW. Yeah, he briefly came back to the WWE. He did prove that Hulk still ruled. And he didn't quite end on a good note in the WWE, as if I'm not mistaken, things had pretty much ended on that whole Patriot route. There was one other time that he had came back, but it really wasn't quite the same as when he came back with Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, leading into his match with The Rock at WrestleMania in Seattle. Not quite the same after that. Now, look at what's been going on with Hulk Hogan currently. I mean, he's been down there in TNA wrestling for a few years now, and the TNA product, they just continue to struggle. Now, granted, some improvements have been made. TNA is finally hitting the road. They're going to different cities. They're going to different venues every other week. They are going overseas. They're striking new deals with companies overseas. They got a toy line brand. They're getting ready to work on a new video game pretty soon. They're doing all these great things. It's taken a while for it to all come to fruition, but slowly it's all starting to come together. Came rather late, since it's all under Hulk Hogan's watch. But if Hulk Hogan, Miss Dixie Carter, with all due respect, If Hulk Hogan is really that popular, if he is really that revolutionary, that groundbreaking, then why isn't Impact Wrestling going up in the ratings dramatically? I mean, you take Impact ratings for this past Thursday night, and in case you missed it, Thursday night had garnered a 1.104 million viewers, which is considered to be the lowest audience of the year so far. Now, viewers is down 10% from last week's live episode, which had garnered a 0.99 rating and averaged 1.23 million viewers. Okay, now PWI Insider, they're noting that the last time the audience was this low was back on October 4th, 2012. And on this show, Bully Ray had took on Jeff Hardy and Austin Aries in a triple threat match. That episode, respectively, had drew in 1.58 million viewers. That's 1.058 million viewers. So, I mean, when you just think about the recent ratings struggle that Impact Wrestling has been having within the past several weeks, as they've been trying to get to that 1 point whatever rating, but they just really haven't been able to do that, I can't help but kind of kick back and say, if Hulk Hogan is really that freaking popular, then why isn't Impact soaring to new heights in the ratings? And let's look at Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson with all due respect. I don't know how some people feel about this, as some may look at this as comparing two different beasts of two completely different generations. One could kind of look at this and ask the same question: which Joker was better, Jack Nicholson's in Michael Keaton's 1989 Batman film, or Christopher Nolan's Heath Ledger's Joker in The Dark Knight? What, that came out back in, I believe, 2000, maybe 10, 9, something like that. I mean, it's like comparing two different beasts, and for this one, no doubt, Hulk Hogan, he's done a lot for the sport of professional wrestling. Entertainment-wise, he did a lot of C-rated stuff. I mean, Thunder in Paradise. He had a little cameo there in Rocky 3, No Holds Barred. He really hasn't been that well as far as Hollywood goes. I think Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, he has just done phenomenally well in the entertainment aspect. I truly believe that his name is known all across the world. Honestly, I think that if you were to take Rock and Hulk Hogan and you put them in Africa, maybe, just maybe, The Rock would actually get the edge over Hulk Hogan. I personally would think. But I definitely want to know what you guys think about what Dixie Carter had said about this. I understand the attempt that she was trying to do with this, which is basically try to put the spotlight on her and the company and basically say, hey, we got Hulk Hogan. But I just think that the tactic was just a little bit too tacky. She may honestly feel genuinely this way about Hulk Hogan, but when you just look at what all has been happening since he's been with the product, things haven't exactly gotten better. Some would actually say that things were better when it was being operated by Vince Russo. That's the truth. I definitely want to hear your thoughts, so do me a huge favor, post those comments down below, and we'll actually follow up on what you guys have to say on Thursday's episode of Impact Showdown Live, and that'll be right here on YouTube. You'll be able to catch that at 10 p.m. Eastern, immediately after Impact Wrestling on Spike TV goes off the air. Do join us for that, and hey, in the meantime, go backtrack, have some fun, check out some of the other great stuff that we have on our YouTube channel. Hey, first time checking us out and you like what we did, definitely go out of your way, hit that subscribe button. Everybody, if you like this video, make sure you give it a like, but be sure to leave those comments down below. I'm the Black Avenger, Lee Sanders, and I will see you guys next time around. Y'all be safe, be kind to one another. Take care, folks.